Hello, everybody. It is day 27 of 365 days of my raw suspending disbelief journey. It is May 19th today, and May 19th, 2024. And I am, today was very, very interesting. I definitely felt the after effects of yesterday. For anyone who missed yesterday's episode, I was talking about how it was Jupiter, Sun, Cazimi. Um, and I'm not the expert on this, but it was like one of the best manifesting days of the year. The energy was very aligned and, all of these things. But I really felt like okay, I'm trying to phrase this. I know for a fact that there is like a window on either side of any celestial event. So whether you have a full moon, a new moon, a Mercury retrograde, or whatever, there's a shadow on either side of it. Of like Mercury retrograde's shadow might be anywhere from a few days to a few weeks, depending on how long how long the actual retrograde was. The full moon, new moon shadows are like 3 days before, 3 days after, things like this. So I'm not sure what the shadow is for this Jupiter Sun Cazimi event. But I definitely, um, I know for sure that there will be the effects of it prior to and after the actual day. And I definitely felt that today. So I had, yesterday's energy was very like clarifying, very interesting and up and down and all over. And today I was like exhausted. So I didn't have the kids today except for my oldest, Cadence, and she went and hung out with her boyfriend today at his parents' place. And just like it was a quiet day around here. And it was like I could just feel this like up, down, and all around kind of energy, and slept way in, and still like I'm still going to bed on time tonight because or at least like my regular time, and it's a holiday tomorrow even though it's Monday. So I'm just really feeling like this it's almost like this heaviness energy. There's like a weight to it. I do know that part of that may have to do with the grounding effect of Taurus season, things like this. Now, I'm not the expert on all this. I don't know why I'm talking about it so much, but I'm really feeling its effects in my life. So I guess that's maybe why I'm sharing. I just want to, for anyone else who's following along, who's on this day, like doing this live with me and not just sometime in the future. If you're feeling this as well, that's kind of why I want to talk about it. Like it's not a heaviness of unalignment. It's a heaviness of grounding and of allowing ourselves to rest as we up level, as we heal, and as we integrate these new energies. So, one of the most important things that I've learned on my spiritual journey is that spiritual growth, spiritual ascension, all of these kinds of things, they come with a lot of sleep. You need to sleep more. You need to drink more water, and you need to sleep more. And when there are events like Jupiter, Sun, Cazimi, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. We really feel it in our bodies when we are spiritually attuned. So you may or may not be feeling this quite as strongly. But especially for any of you who are um, actively spiritual or have had some sort of a spiritual awakening or are very connected to um, God, source, universe, goddess, whatever you call it, um, spirit teams, all of that. If you are connected, you are feeling this. I can pretty much guarantee that. So um, it's been kind of like this. I'll have bursts of energy, and like even after sleeping in, I had bursts of energy and I would get some things done, and then it would just be like, oh, I am exhausted. And I would literally get to the point of laying down because I was like, like I'm just like my head is spinning, almost kind of exhausted. And then I would lay down for like 5 minutes and be like, oh, okay, I'm good now, and up again. And um it was just this really wonky kind of energy today. And I know that when a lot of alignment is happening and a lot of big shifts are happening, the energy feels wonky like that. So I just tried to allow it today. I tried to flow with it today. When I felt like, oh my gosh, I have to lie down, I let myself lie down, right? And then when I stopped needing to lie down without even falling asleep, I got back up, right? And I just kind of let that all be okay. And um, anytime thoughts of "Ugh, like my kids aren't here and I feel like I'm being unproductive when I would lie down, or, when I was being pulled to do something that wasn't necessarily on my original to-do list or whatever, it was just like, no, that's not the point here. And I know, pardon me, I know from now like a steady couple of years of like dark nights of the soul and spiritual awakening and all of that, that I'm here for it. Like I want the alignment. I want the up level that whatever this energy is going to bring. I want the clarity it will bring. I want the things to fall away in my life that are not aligned. I want all of it. I'm here for it. And even though I know it sucks sometimes in the process, and I know that it can be really hard and exhausting and frustrating and all of the things, I am here for it. And so when I have those thoughts come up, I'm like, no, I'm here for it. It's okay. Like, we're just gonna take a little break here. And if I have a nap for 20 minutes or half an hour or an hour or whatever, then I guess I do. It's a holiday tomorrow. It's all good, kind of thing, right? And I just let things be. And I know I know that we don't all always have the option for that, but I am really grateful that I have created a life for myself where I do have the option for that, where I am able to flow with my energy, and where I have done so much learning and growth and processing that I am at the point now where I recognize these things as they come up. I recognize the um, mindset shifts as soon as those thoughts pop into my head. I know how to process. I know how to move past them. I know how to um, think myself through them, coach myself through them, kind of thing. And anyways, all of that to say, today was wonky. But I did want to go into why for anyone who's following along. Um, I did get things done still. I knocked off random tasks that needed to be done, right? Usually that's the kind of thing that happens when I'm in that energy of like this up and down and all around. Um, and there are tasks that sometimes don't get done the rest of the time, so it's all good. Um, as far as suspending disbelief and my success goes, um, it's so funny because some days I feel like, I'm noticing all of these big, huge things. And then other days I'm like, is anything happening? And part of that is maybe less to do with the suspending disbelief movement and challenge than it is about ADHD brain. But I have my moments, right? And I'll always be honest about that I am not perfect in my mindset, in my thought habits, in my uh, self-talk, all of that kind of stuff. I am always working on it, just like anybody. And yeah, so I definitely had some major clarity come in um towards the end of today. Part of it was to do with my unofficial mastermind chat with Kelly and Jess. Part of it was things that I've been noticing a little bit of and hadn't really articulated until tonight. I have noticed a massive shift energetically. And it's funny because the timing of this challenge is very aligned with the shift into like the age of Aquarius and all of these big astrological changes, right? So they all tie in, and I know that it's not just one thing, but I've definitely started to notice certain people who I really loved like following. I really enjoyed their content. I really um, was interested in everything they had to say, type of thing uh, in the past. Over the last few weeks, I have noticed a distinct shift, um, even from like YouTube channels that I was subscribed to, people that I would watch on there, things like that, where I really, really enjoyed them and felt aligned with them before, because I've always been very good at like, no, that doesn't feel aligned. I'm just going to like ignore that or not subscribe to it or not, not follow it. But all of a sudden, a bunch of things that I was really into even a month ago, um, feel very unaligned now. And it's a matter of my soul's frequency raising, my up leveling, my energetics moving up. And it's not about being better than those people, but it's that all of a sudden we're not on the same level of alignment anymore. We're not in the same frequency anymore or the same vibration. And that's a little bit daunting just because of the amount of people that this applies to. There's just so many. And parts of my life that I really, really enjoyed before, that means that they're falling away. And so, um, it's really interesting to me to come at this from a mindset of like, I know that the things that are falling away are not aligned anymore. And I know that what's coming is in my highest good. And, um, having been through so many levels of shedding people and things and habits and places and, all of it that were not aligned previously, I know that it's for the best. I also know that doing it one person at a time was really, really hard. And that I'm a little intimidated by it being so many people. Although I will say that at this point, it has all been like mostly online people, or in the digital world sort of thing, where it's not like, family members or things like that. But I am a little intimidated by the idea that that many pieces of what was my life would be falling away. Um, so far, like I said, none of them are so integral that I feel like a massive piece of my life would be breaking off, sort of. So I don't think it will be quite as devastating or traumatic or whatever as the others were, but still, makes me feel a little sad, makes me feel a little like, uh, just Part of me is curious, part of me is sad, part of me is like intrigued. There's so many different feelings coursing through me about it. And I really had not articulated that I was noticing this until tonight. So I had been being aware of it for a couple of weeks now, but I hadn't fully acknowledged, I guess, or fully articulated that it was an energetic up level on my part that was actually distancing me from all of these people and channels and everything that I was relating to previously. So that I feel like today's notes are very jumbled, very all over the place. My apologies if I'm not making sense. But this is what a raw verbal journal is. Um, so yeah, that was a big realization on my part tonight that I've had a massive energetic up level, a massive shift energetically that has happened over the last few weeks, right around how long this challenge has been running for, right? Uh, it may have even been a little bit longer than that, but it's definitely been exponentially bigger because of this challenge, I believe. So, having suspended disbelief and been taking actions according to that suspended disbelief and taking actions according to the belief that I am always exactly where I need to be and that my success is inevitable, um, has just moved me so far energetically in such a short period of time that many, many people are feeling very unaligned. And that's, yeah, it's big. It's a huge shift. And so it is a little scary. I don't feel like intimidated by it. I don't feel like it's too big to take on. It is a little bit of like oh shit, like I hope this, I don't even want to say it. I just really hope this isn't like a my life falling apart thing. But I do think that I've learned a lot about integrating these up levels and how to manage the energy around it and everything. So hopefully it won't be too much to take on. Um, uh, oh, and I actually wrote them on my mirror. I was listening to a card reading, and I wrote it down, because I wanted to share it because I thought it was so applicable to the suspending disbelief thing. So there were two mantras or affirmations or whatever you want to call them, that this reader mentioned. And I thought they were really powerful, number one, and very, very aligned with this movement, number two. So they were, first of all, I choose to feel what I want to create. Yeah, I choose to feel what I want to create. And then the second one was, I trust myself to create the experiences I want to have. And both of those were just so, so powerful. The second one, again, just in case, I trust myself to create the experiences I want to have. Those are very, very affirming, very powerful mantras. And I just thought that they could be of so much benefit to others as well. So I wanted to share them. Especially choosing to feel what I want to create. And this is sort of like, this has been a mindset shift for me over the last, I don't even know how long now. Um, just being fully aware of the fact that what I feel on the inside is what's happening around me on the outside in my world. And so when um when we're feeling like crap, when we're not taking care of our bodies, when we're not doing our self-care, taking care of our mental health, um all of these things, it ripples outwards. And so we do affect our surroundings, and we do um exist on this level of vibration that then matches with similar vibrations. And this is the law of attraction, which Kelly has been talking a lot about in her blog posts and things like that. But um, our vibration is what we call in. And so if we are experiencing difficulty and trauma and drama and all of these types of things in our life, it's a really good time to stop and look at what's going on in my inner world. Am I taking care of myself? Am I thinking negative thoughts? And it's not that we can never be negative or that we can never feel bad or that we can never um, be sad or any of those things, right? This is not spiritual bypassing. This is not false toxic positivity or anything like that. But when we're not doing what it takes to take care of our inner landscape, our inner world, we feel like garbage. And when we feel like garbage, we call in garbage from around us. And it sucks. And we get into a spiral, right? We get into a downward spiral, a negative spiral, that is just a cycle of like experiencing crappy things and then feeling crappier and then experiencing crappier things and then feeling even crappier. And it just keeps going. Um, and so if I want to create my inevitable success, if I want to create the dreams that I have for this next 365 days, or whatever it is, minus 27 days, if I want to create and co-create my life with the universe, goddess, God, source, whatever, um, I need to take care of myself. And otherwise, I'm not up to it energetically, right? I'm not able to feel inside what I want to see outside of me. So when people are talking about self-care, and it drives me nuts because so many people talk about self-care online, and it's amazing that so many people are talking about it. But with that comes so many people dismissing it. Okay. So many people being like, yes, I don't have a lot of time and I know I need to do some self-care. And I see the same people repeating, right? I know I need to do my self-care. I know I need to be doing this stuff. And I haven't been doing great with it lately. But they're always saying that they haven't been doing great with it lately. Or, things like this. And it's just looking at it from the outside, it's very easy to see how they're not taking care of themselves, and so they're experiencing these difficulties in their lives. And it can be really confronting. It can be really upsetting to hear these kinds of things because it's like, I'm not at fault. It's not my fault, right? But nobody's saying it's anyone's fault. It's just literally that what we're feeling energetically calls in more of the same. And then they feed off of each other and it just keeps getting worse and worse or better and better, right? It can go both ways. It does go both ways. And the good news with all of this is that yes, it's confronting when you look in the mirror and take that radical responsibility of, I am co-creating this crappy life that I'm living. If it's crappy, right? If you're feeling like your life is crappy, acknowledging that you are co-creating that you are part of the equation with that is so, so powerful, so, so confronting. But also there is hope. All you have to do is work on yourself, work on your inner world, do the self-care, take care of your body, whether that's movement, food, water, like sleep, all the things, all of our basic needs. If we're not meeting our needs, we're going to feel like crap. And if we feel like crap, we're calling in crap. So I just want to really amplify that mantra. I choose to feel what I want to create, like that was mind-blowingly powerful because I am going to do whatever it takes to feel on the inside. So, whatever it takes, meaning if I need to be exercising, if I need to be drinking more water, if I need to be going to bed earlier, if I need to be moving my body, just going for walks, doing some yoga, whatever the case may be, meditating for my mental health, all of these things. If I want to create this incredible life, and if I am trusting and believing that my success is inevitable, that does not mean that I don't have to do anything. There are actions that tie in with that. So if my success is inevitable and I'm going to be that successful and I am exactly where I'm meant to be, that doesn't mean letting life make all the choices for you. That means taking care of yourself, making those choices for yourself so that you feel the way inside your body, inside your mind, inside your soul that is in alignment with that level of success that you're calling in. So I choose to feel what I want to create because I am co creating my inevitable success. And I am exactly where I am supposed to be or where I should be when, and I'm going to put this caveat on there, I am exactly where I should be when I'm taking care of myself and I feel amazing inside, because then I am co-creating my amazing reality. Okay. So it was so powerful. And then secondary to that is that trust in myself to be able to do that. Right. So I trust myself to create the experiences I want to have. And again, so powerful because I get to create. I get to create this. This is not, I have to do all this hard work, or I have to do so much healing on myself if I want to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. It's, I get to, right? I trust myself to do this and I get to do it. And this is incredible. This is huge perspective shift, and um one that I've been sort of integrating all weekend, and one that just was so amplified by these mantras when she said them, and I was just like, wow. So hopefully I've been able to communicate the depth and power of these mantras and how important they are, how they are interwoven into this challenge, this movement, so deeply that like they are so perfect for anyone who's doing this. So um highly recommend writing those down. I'll say them again so you don't have to rewind. If you want to pause right now and go get a pen or whatever, it is, I choose to feel what I want to create, and I trust myself to create the experiences I want to have. And I'm adding those things in. I'm leaving that on my mirror. I want to be seeing that consistently. Those are very, very powerful. Um, so hopefully that was helpful. And hopefully some of this episode made sense, because I know it was sort of my random journaling, right? My musings, my ramblings. But hopefully it was all helpful and made sense, and really outlined the difference that's being made through this challenge, through this movement, in my life. And of course, I can't speak for anyone else, although I do know from hearing from others that it has been impacting other people's lives as well in a similar way. And by the way, I love to hear about that. If you ever want to share the alignment and the things that are happening in your life related to this challenge or to this movement, um, you can either share them privately with me. I am Brianna Hozak on Facebook. Uh, or you can drop them. So in each episode on Spotify, at least. I'm not really sure how it works on Apple, but on Spotify, um, in the show notes section area, there's a spot where you can respond. I put in a question for almost every single episode, and you can drop a comment. And that is a great place to share. I have to go through and approve those each time to get them to show up publicly, which is fine. I don't mind doing that at all. But just so you know, if it doesn't show up right away, that's why. But having people share what they're going through, just again, remember, if it's impacting you to hear what I'm going through, it would also impact someone else to hear what you're going through. So drop those in the Q&A section that's somewhere around the show notes on Spotify. Or again, send me a message on Facebook. I have the other platforms and I don't really look on them very often, so I'm not consistent there. But I want to hear it. I love hearing it. Every time I hear one, it just blows my mind. It touches my soul. It makes me so proud, so happy, so it keeps me so on board too, right? It also helps me to stay on this journey that we're on. So I encourage you to share. I will also link, I'm going to try to be more on top of sharing specific things, one of which is the specific email list that I am creating for this, where I'm sharing the links to each episode with a little, like, couple of words to just explain what that episode is focused on, as well as the links to Kelly's blog posts. And I keep Jess's Telegram invite link in there every time. And I will be sending out weekly emails just to update, so that for anyone who is, forgetting to check in or forgetting to listen or read or whatever, it's all in one spot and being sent directly to your inbox every week, just to make it easier to steep in these energies, right? To be in the right room, to be surrounded by it so that you stay on board. So I will also put that link in the show notes of this episode, so that you can sign up for that, and it will section you off in my email list. So I won't be sending these updates to my entire email list, right? This is, if you are already on my list, still sign up for this one, because it will send you these specific emails, where I'm going to stop sending them to the rest of my email list. So hopefully that all made sense. I am going to shut down now and read for a little bit and go to bed, but I will post this episode in the morning, just because I don't want to get back on my computer right now. Again, I'm so grateful that you're listening. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful to be leading this movement and to be able to share what I have to share, and have people that want to hear it. So I'm sending so much love to all of you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.